The Last of Us Part 2, a game made by Naughty Dog. Right, I'm going to get right into this one because there's shitloads to talk about with this game, so I'm going to put a spoiler warning for this video. If you haven't finished the game and don't want to know any spoilers, then click off now, finish the game and come back. Okay? 3, 2, 1. What the fuck, Naughty Dog? You can't just go around killing everyone's favourite characters in the first couple of hours of your games. First Sarah, now Joel, you naughty bitch. I'll admit, when I first met Abby, I thought she was alright, you know? I felt a bit of empathy for her character as you learn more about her weaknesses, such as her fear of heights, and the pain she shows for her unrequited love for PC Principal. We also learn about all of her strengths, which are basically that she's literally built like a tank and will mow anyone and anything down with her bare hands. So yeah, at first, I like this character, and then she takes a complete 180 as she displays a Negan moment and beats the shit out of Joel with some sporting equipment.
You can breathe, you can blink, you can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that.
This was the first of many moments that divided the internet and caused a bit of uproar. My opinion on the matter is that I would have loved to have seen a game where Joel is our companion. I mean, we see a couple of flashbacks with Joel and Ellie before they're falling out, and it's so heartwarming getting to see their relationship blossom even more from the first game.
Mind your step.
I got it.
Oops.
Ah!
For me, these were the standout moments of my entire playthrough. I love being able to see the two of them fall around and banter with each other.
Like... How's that feel?
Refreshing.
Yeah, it's not nice getting pushed in, is it?
Well, actually, we need to swim through this part anyway.
I got you back. You're angry and upset.
I'm very angry and upset. Now, come on.
Ugh.
And I would have loved to have seen a whole game with the two of them chilling and making the most of the world that's still left.
Well, hello.
Howdy.
You impressed?
Nope. You're just too skinny. You need to eat more.
However, I think the flashbacks only work so well because we know Joel's fate, and it makes it more emotionally engaging to play out these sweet moments in their life. And with that, I see why they did what they did by killing Joel, because I think I speak for everyone when I say that we were pissed off when Joel died. Which is good on a storytelling standard, because from that point on we were emotionally invested to seek out revenge.
Let's go get this bitch.
For me, it felt like The Last of Us 2 was two separate games. We follow Ellie's story for the first 10 hours, which, by the way, is an average game length by itself, and follow her path for revenge and slowly tick off her list of conspirators for Joel's murder. There comes to a point where it feels like you come to the game's crescendo. You've unlocked mostly all of Ellie's skill tree, nearly fully upgraded her weapons. This really feels like what the game's been leading up to. And then the game puts you back 3 days as Abby with a new skill tree and new weapons to upgrade.
Wow. Let's do that again! No!
The first few hours of playing as Abby was kind of annoying. You go in with the perception of her being a massive bitch, but the game does do a good job of reminding you of her humanity, which I can really appreciate. I only found myself gravitating towards her about halfway through her story when you get introduced to Lev. This is when the game started feeling more like the first one, in a good way. Ellie's story was more of a point A to B story, we didn't learn much about the world around us. However, Abby's has a lot more world building. We learn more about the war between the wolves and the scars, Seraphites. And I love the chemistry Abby and Lev had throughout. It felt a little bit like what Joel and Ellie had in the first game.
What's going on between you and your friend Owen?
Oh my god, Lev, now?
Come on.
Can we take a minute and be impressed by me?
Not yet.
Why? Why?
You'll see.
Holy shit, Lev!
If there's one thing to take from this game, it's the overarching message of perception. There's always two sides of the same story. The wolves think the Seraphites are bad for the stuff they've done. The Seraphites think the wolves are bad for the things that they've done. We're led to believe that Abby was the villain of the story, till we find out that it's Joel who's the villain of her story. When I watched my friend stream the game, I saw him get annoyed and frustrated at the bit in Abby's story with the sniper, and I gotta say, he was not happy. To my friend, this sniper was the worst person in the world. And when he found out it was Tommy, all of a sudden, it was all good. No problem at all. We like Tommy, he's a good guy. Anyway, after finishing Abby's bit of the game, the girls have a massive brawl ending with Ellie's defeat and both parties going their separate ways considering themselves even. Now it was this next part of the game that caused the second piece of controversy on the internet, so here's my 2 pence on the matter. I liked the farm level, and for a while I thought this part here was the ending. It felt peaceful, it felt that Ellie found her place with a new family which has helped her move on from her grief. I didn't know I had to click a button to move on, and I was just waiting for the credits to roll.
Got a lot of stories to tell you. When you're older. Much older. I don't even know where to begin.
But that didn't happen. Instead we were greeted to another final level which personally I don't think really needed to be there. And this is why.
At the
the start of the story, Abby gets revenge and kills Joel, and then Ellie goes out and gets revenge and kills all of Abby's mates. Abby then goes to get revenge and kills Jesse, and then beats Ellie to a pulp, and now a year later, Ellie decides to get revenge on Abby for killing Jesse and for killing Joel.
For me, it made the game feel a bit back and forthy, especially since the second brawl ended the exact same way the first one did, by them deciding to go their separate ways. And I understand that the point of it is to show that revenge leads to nowhere and only causes more revenge and hurt, but for me it just felt a little repetitive. But it was the actual ending that really got to me. To find out that Ellie and Joel didn't end on bad terms generally brought a tear to my eye, so congrats to you Last of Us 2, you made it on the list. But onto the trophies. As you're going through Abby's story, you may notice her obsessive compulsion to beat all of her friends in competitions. You have to get a better score than Manny on the shooting range, and also get the high score on the kids' archery minigame so you can top Owen and Mel.
First try. How you like me now?
Yeah, it's great. You're good at everything.
And after finishing the game, you'll most likely have to start a new game plus as to collect all the coins, playing cards, journal entries, and unlocking all the safes. Now that I think about it, your second run is basically mandatory since you'll need to unlock all the skills on both characters' skill tree and fully upgrade every weapon. And I used a guide this time around because on my first run I could only find half the collectibles and I was really searching. It even got to the point that the story just wouldn't progress because I was too stubborn to leave a room before looking in every nook and cranny.
All of you, fifth way.
We can't leave here yet. Still a lot of stuff to explore.
Something to note as well is that I played through New Game Plus on extra easy mode just because it's so much faster to get through all the enemy encounters. Most of the time you won't even have to fight because the enemies are just so oblivious and I basically just sprinted through all the mobs. There are parts in this game as well that I feel like were meant to be difficulty spikes by making you sneak around and kill enemies without causing a shootout as to prevent the attention of clickers in the next room. But whenever I was in this position I just threw a glass bottle or a brick in the middle of the area and sat back and let everyone fight to the death.
Fuck, they made us! Wake them
There's so many good things to say about this game, even though the internet has tried to bring it down with hate, even to the point of sending death threats to the actress who plays as Abby, which is completely out of order. But having said that, this game is actually extremely gorgeous and rich with detail. There's so many small things in this game that made me go,
Wow. 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 It looks great.
like the snow falling off trees when you brush past them, or seeing the strain on the characters' faces when they're choking people out. And a small detail that Naughty Dog put in the game that I think should be in all games from now on is the replay cutscene button. I can't count how many times I would have needed this button in the past, when an important cutscene is playing and someone walks in talking absolute shite to me. But with this you can calmly pause the scene, listen to what has to be said from your gaming intruder, and just replay it again. Overall I thought this game was great, both storylines were fun to play and the graphical achievement is incredible. Sure I had a bit of a problem with the ending, but I'm not going to let that take away from the fact that I actually enjoyed the game. But I decided that this wouldn't be the end of my journey through the game, since I saved the looks good for you trophy till last, which is found in my favourite level where Joel and Ellie go to the museum for her birthday. There's no enemies, no danger, just a nice fun time between characters, and it was nice to end my journey on this happy level.
Geronimo!
Nice.
If you're looking for the Platinum Trophy, then I recommend this game over the first one. It's a lot easier, requires less playthroughs, and there's no multiplayer trophies. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Play us out, Joel.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself. And I believe, 'cause I can see our future days, days of you and me.
I miss you so much.